Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Give it up.
Louder.
Yes. Welcome. Welcome to the DaChonne Nicole listening party. Wow. It is a family reunion. I'm Shaila from 107.5 WBLS.
I'm Lenny from The Quiet Storm, and it is a wonderful opportunity to do this because we've seen the growth in this woman.
Oh, man, talk about growth.
Before this moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually our anniversary. Did you know that? It's our anniversary. I won't say how many years, but it's been many. You know, a lot of people may remember Soul Cafe, the open mic that we used to host, and that is the first time we met her. And she was eye candy for one of our band members. I remember the first time I saw her perform in front of him, and he could not stop gawking at her. I was like, hey, calm, the music, the keyboards. And I knew she was special at that point. Special because of her voice, and special because she did something in him to change him.
It takes a lot to change him.
Oh, woo, honey.
But you know, there's a queen for everyone. And her gift is what's most radiant. You know, that's the first thing that we discovered upon you, your gift. I mean, and it's nothing odd because your background, your influence, your foundation is gospel. From that pretty much says a lot. Then you have Southern roots. You're born in New York, raised in Nashville, Tennessee. You know, so all that combined with what you had within you, that natural gift that no one can give. I mean, you can teach someone to sing, but there are singers and then there's singers. And you're one of those singers. You've always brought down the house every time we see you. And to have an audience in front of you that they are not even affiliated to you or associated with you, for you to captivate their attention and to grab them in the way that you did in your delivery, spoke for itself.
Honey.
Thank you, guys.
And let's talk about Tomorrow. That song that we just heard, take us to how that song came to be.
Did we hear it yet? Did they play it yet?
Oh, I
no. So we're about to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that would bring us to this moment when you sat down somewhere. Take us on that journey of Tomorrow.
So there was a lady a friend of mine that was going to my church. Her name was Jetty, and she was diagnosed with cancer. And the peace that she had during this time, you know, not knowing, she ended up passing away. But I didn't write the song until my aunt, her name was Aunt Et, right? When I moved from Nashville, I lived with her. And she was like a second mom to me. So she was diagnosed with cancer. The same time I was had a high risk pregnancy, and my aunt, you know, passed away. And it was when I sat down to start to think about, you know, we're always thinking about the next day and tomorrow, and we're always thinking about next week. And sometimes we take for granted that we even have the whole day. We might even get to the end of the day. So what would it be like? I couldn't understand this peace that they had within themselves. And I thought about, if I had just one day, what would I do in that day? And all of a sudden, all the people that maybe I hadn't forgiven, I forgave, because life is way too short. You know, to hold things, to harbor things, to not even try, to have fears. Like, life is too short to be afraid, to stifle yourself, to be limitless. And I didn't want to live like that anymore. I wanted to live each day with a purpose. So I just started penning my feelings in my heart, really. So.
How long have you been writing?
I was a little girl. My dad didn't live with us. And so my church community, Progressive Baptist Church, you know, normally sometimes it's a person that influences you to sing or do whatever, but it was a community of people. So at this church, they poured into my mom and us. And so I would write poems at home, you know, about my dad, about my feelings, and was vulnerable enough to share it with them, and they were very affirming. And so I was able to share with the congregation that related. And once I saw that people related to my experiences, and it made them think about theirs and be better, or to motivate, or to inspire, then I kept doing that. And I think I was like 7.
Who do you credit your singing voice to?
That's a good question. The different influences, probably. The experiences that I had, really, this William Taylor was the choir director at my church. Oh. And he gave me my first solo, and the kids laughed at me, and he was like, don't be laughing, right? And got me through it. And that Sunday when I sang, my mom didn't even know I could. And that Sunday when I sang at church, it wasn't the fact that people applauded, it was the fact that people were changed. That people could identify, that people felt something, that were motivated. And that was the thing that kept me singing, because I was scared to death. But that's what kept me singing, to see people, affected in some way. That's the whole purpose. I think I have this gift. And it doesn't have to be the greatest gift. It's mine. And it's my contribution to the world. But
that fear that you had initially, did that fear go away as you?
I would like to say yes. I would like to say that I am fearless, but that's not true. I wrestle with fear.
Even today?
Even today. Even knowing God, I wrestle with fear. I know that, and when I take the time, because sometimes there are thoughts in your head that, that you put the experiences that you have, being vulnerable, things that, you don't want to be rejected. You've experienced that, and you don't want to feel that again. So it's the fear of being rejected. Not the fear of singing, but the fear of not being accepted. So it makes you look at yourself. It makes you say that, I'm here, I have a purpose, and I have to accept me first, and I'll just try to do it. And then I think about, why I'm here, and I think about my faith, and then my faith becomes stronger than my fear, and I can get through that moment or that situation. So it's one at a time, one day at a time.
So with this forthcoming project that you're doing, right, every song was coming from a personal experience?
Not every song, but maybe so, yes. Every song was a personal experience, either something I dealt with or something I saw somebody else deal with. So the song that's being released is something that I saw two people, a couple, dealing with.
I'm going to bring you on the quiet storm to talk about this. Right? I just want you to know I am, because that's a hell of a situation. Now you're going.
That's right.
Probably a good thing that you are going.
Yeah.
But before we get to going,
okay.
Can we get to tomorrow?
We can get to tomorrow.
How about we get to tomorrow now?
They sent my friend home today. She fought so hard, but the cancer stayed. She doesn't have many days. How does she have this peace within herself? What if I only had days left? I had to stop and ask myself, would I pick up a pen to write long lost friends? Would I sit quietly or make time for family? Could I now just forgive all the wrong someone did and release all the hurt so I can finally heal? It's so much easier to let grudges last. Hold on Instead of constantly take, would you live recklessly or surrender to me? Could you finally see life goes by quickly? What would you do if tomorrow never comes? You've got one life to live. What would you do if tomorrow never comes? We've got to give and take. What would you do if tomorrow never comes?
DaChonne Nicole.
Yeah. Woo!
DaChonne
Yes.
Nicole. Y'all can do better than that. DaChonne Nicole. Listening to that song, you know, I always say we have to cherish every second of every minute. It's one thing to cherish a minute, but a minute is quite some time. You know, seconds, people die in seconds, and that just kind of brings everything to reality for me.
It took me back when I closed my eyes to Cafe Wow when you did your one-woman show, and how you are, you know, you can tell when you love what you do, and you get into it, and you actually get up there and close your eyes too, you know, because not only are you into the music, but you're deep into the lyric, you know, lyrically driven. So this EP, the next song that you perform, where did that come from?
First, I want to say that tomorrow, the backgrounds was Melanie Daniels, Keisha Gums, and Darius Booker, and I'm very grateful for their help and their love on that project.
Open mic babies.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next one is I'm Strong, and it's along the same lines, but it was sort of like affirming myself. So sometimes you can get lost and people putting you in boxes. So doing music and being in the arts for so long, you know, or being a woman or being black or you're always constantly put in a situation. You can only do this. You should look like this. You should wear that. You're too young for that. Or you're too old for that. So I've always been put in a box, and that's how those fears start, because you start to feel what you feel, the rejection, that I'm not good enough, or I can't do that, because people tell you this is where you belong. And so even if you're in a relationship, no matter what kind of relationship that is, it could be a friendship, it could be boyfriend, girlfriend, but then when you look up to someone and they inspire you and you motivate, you know, you got to be very careful who speaks into you, right? Because then they'll start to tell you where you belong, and you believe that because they're so awesome in what they do, and they're bringing you along and mentoring you. And I had followed someone for so long and trusted so long and realized that it wasn't my purpose, it wasn't my destiny, and I had, you know, got some bumps and bruises along the way. And I wrote the song to say, that's it, I have to trust what God's given me. You know, I have to trust myself. I have to trust my own discernment, right? And not what people tell me I should.
You know, there's more to you than just music. There's a lot of testimonial in you. And I'm sure we all have a path and you know, experiences or circumstances that will create your testimony even more. The song on the EP that is, aside from, well, I think every song that we're about to hear at this listening session is a testimonial, personal. But what is more higher than the other? What's more deeper than the other on this particular
Of the
EP?
songs?
Yeah, of the songs.
It's hard to say because they're written for different things. So I would say, you know, Tomorrow has its thing, especially during the pandemic, right? I'm Strong is probably my favorite. But then I also love Little Moments because it's about my kid. It's a love that I never had before, right? You never experienced before. So I think out of all of them, it would probably be I'm Strong.
You know, I was going to say, we as black women, you know, we have to juggle a lot of balls.
Yeah.
And then when we drop one, we think something wrong with us.
Yeah.
When do you think you had to be the strongest?
When I had my kid, when I had my daughter, I wasn't ready. She came very quickly. And I remember leaving the hospital, we had to stay in the hospital. She was sick with jaundice, and I was sick as well. So we stayed in the hospital for a week, and I had high-risk pregnancy. I've never felt so alone than I did during that time, even though I was married and my dad was there, but I felt very alone. And that's why my relationship with God was so important, because that's who I went to. I had to be the strongest when I had her. When we left that hospital, I cried like a baby. And my mom was like, girl, what's wrong with you? I was like, I'm bringing her into this world and people are mean, right? You know, I'm bringing this innocent kid to grow up, to teach her how to love and to forgive. And most of the people that she meets are the opposite. You know, everybody's telling her the opposite. You'll never be. And all these voices are saying the opposite of what her mom and her dad are saying. You know, that's why our community, our village is important to pour into our kids. You know, do you know the statistics of kids that with suicide and depression nowadays?
We're seeing it more and more.
Yes. So, you know, because people are mean nowadays. I mean, people are, it's just intense. And I guess to have social media is amazing, pros and cons, but they have access to things before their brains are ready, you know? So I felt I had to be the strongest. I think I changed. I can feel I changed. I became a little bit more assertive, more mommy bear, more and fearless. Yes, because you can do that. And then it makes me think about myself, because I can't tell her something and do the opposite.
But at the same time, you don't lose the integrity or the substance of being sentimental.
Right. Exactly. And, you know, pour, you know, love into her. Like, how can you look at this little face with this awe and wonder and not be in love, right? You know, and be there for every moment when, you know, and it's almost like, you know, when they go through the hurt of, it's like you going through it all over again. The heartache, the friendships, the not being belonging.
Just wish you can take the pain on. Oh. Yeah, it's like that. If I could, so,
yes.
You know, if I could take it, yes. I would take it in a minute.
But you know what? I'm realizing that she needs all these lessons so that she can be the woman she's supposed to be. So she can be strong in her own self, in her own right. Right? It makes her stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I'm right here. It's hard to watch it. Sometimes you can't say anything. You just got to watch it happen, right? But I'm right here. I always got her back. Sometimes I'm navigating in the back. She don't see me, but
that's how we do.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like, I have the utmost respect for mothers and the utmost respect for every woman who just has that responsibility. I don't know what it's like to be a parent yet, but I know it's a special feeling. Yeah. And we're going to feel that feeling that you feel when we hear this song. Please give it up one more time for Nicole. DaChonne Nicole. Y'all can do better than that. This is a live.
Yes, we get this one live, living, and in color.
And on keyboards, her boo.
That's my baby.
That's right.
That's my baby.
The other part that makes her feel strong.
So the first one I'm going to do is I'm Strong, right? And it's going to be me and Carl, and then we're going to do the... Thank you, Ryan.
We're going to sit here just in case she need background vocals.
She won't need your background.
That.
She won't need your
That's
background.
how we
Don't
do.
mess with the song.
That's what we do here.
She doesn't do that. She
Yeah.
doesn't do that.
Fear made me afraid to fall, so I didn't take the chance at all. Chose to follow you, thought it was safer to do. I cried so much, but I learned so much. I didn't know that much at all. I walked the path, not purpose for me. I didn't know it could cripple me. I've gotta trust me. Can't let you tell me who I am. That's how I lost me. I've gotta break the fears that hold me so I can be free. release the fears that hold me so I can be free. Won't let no one else define me. See, I am strong, not in the box you made. Do I belong now? Get the noise out my head so I can hear now the voice inside me, the voice God gave me, who wonderfully made me. How He kept me, I can reach the dreams inside me. Don't tell me where I belong. I have the power in me all along. I'm gonna use it. I finally got it. I am strong now. Not in the box you made. Do I belong now? Get the noise out my head so I can hear now the voice inside me, the voice God gave me, who wonderfully made me. How He kept me, I can reach the dreams inside of me. I'm strong. Thank you.
Woo! Amen.
I know that. I know that. Thank you. So this next one is Little Moments. I wrote it for when I had my kid. Miss Carly Nicole Brown.
Seems the longer I live, the more I love little moments. And all the moments I've shared, none can compare to the moments with you. And fearlessly you trust, and how I love you so much. Every moment is new. And through your eyes I see hope and brighter days. There's so much love for you, I can't count the ways. And you're the reason why I love this way. No other love can compare to the love I have for you. I thought my life was full and everything was good till the moment I had you. And as I held you close, I couldn't let you go. That's the moment I knew forever I love you, no matter what you do. I pray to God He would keep and protect you. Whenever things get hard, just hold on to little moments I've shared with you. Shine light into this world. Don't let love die that's inside of you. Whenever things get hard, just hold on to loving thoughts like the ones I have of you. Like the ones I have of you. Little moments. Little moments. We'll always have those
little moments.
That was great.
Oh my goodness.
When did you get that? I just wonder when you got that. When did you record that? Like
I wrote it when Carly was 2.
wow.
I started working on it when Carly was 2, and then I finished it during the pandemic. And I work with these agencies, live music agencies, where we go and we perform for weddings and corporate situations or whatever. But I see, the mother and son dance, and so I was inspired to write something like that. So I wrote it for her.
Well, you've spoken the truth for every mother and father, and how they feel about their children. What I've always wanted to ask you that I never had a chance to, because we have these musical duos, and I've always admired you and Carl and how you work so well together. It's almost like when I see Carl playing with you, it's like he has your total back.
Oh yeah.
So how does that feel performing with your A-Spoon Coon?
Can I tell you that it is, I don't even think I can articulate how grateful, how fortunate, how blessed I feel to have someone know you so well. Not just know you, but musically too. But he's like that anyway. He likes, he roots for the underdog. He's a true accompanist, right? He wants everyone to do well. But for him to not just know me, but to know me musically, and he has me. I am fearless with Carl. He's always got my back. I don't even have to look at him. He can feel it. Like we are one. Like I know he's my soulmate. Can't nobody tell me anything different. Like I know, and I'm not just saying that because it was our anniversary, but or he's in the room, but because that's true. And I'm gonna say it because not everybody gets to have that. And people look a lifetime for that. And I have that, and I'm truly like he's my rock, man.
We know, and everybody knows, and that's so good, because there's nothing like, which kind of segues into this single. There's nothing like being in a relationship. You're in a relationship, but you act like you feel alone.
Yeah,
I've been down that path when you have somebody in your life, you're thinking it's going to go long term, but it doesn't go long term, and you kind of find yourself in isolated periods in a relationship. So for you guys to have that essence that it's hard to put words to, that says definitely he was your soulmate.
I think I talk to many married women who say although they're married, they feel alone.
Wow.
There are times that there's a person there, but they feel so alone. Is that what this particular song is about?
Yeah. This particular song is about, and I thought about it a lot during the pandemic when people were going to a lot of counseling and therapy and divorces. And divorces. Yeah. And and it breaks my heart that you're tearing something that you made promise. You thought this person was there. Who gets married thinking they're gonna get divorced, right? But there was a couple that they didn't know I was talking to the other. And one person was living his life, like he was doing it, and because he felt like the other person had stopped trying, and he had given, and and he just felt the same way, that he was in this by himself, and the other person felt like, well, I've given all of this for you. A lot of, especially women, we like give our whole selves, everything, right? And I remember when, she was like, I loved him more than I loved myself. And that was deep to me, because you can't really love somebody unless you love yourself first. So she was already at a disadvantage, right? And she had given and given to this person who, and maybe if they just sat down and talked and really reconnected, but they, things get in your head, you meet other people, you get distracted, and you go with that. And so I wrote this song not making the ending that they broke up. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. you know, but it was at least to start a conversation that you would have, not to just give up, but to go back and find out why you got married in the first place to her. And you can't expect her to be the same at 22, at 33, you're not the same. So you have to grow together, catch up, get to know, you know, and it's easy for me, I guess, to say because I'm blissfully married, but it's worth the try. And if it doesn't, I don't know that path, you know, I don't know, but it was at least worth the conversation to have and talk about.
Well, you know, it's a great conversation to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about in the chorus. but in addition to that, you know, I think the landscape or the backdrop of this song is that this couple has been in a relationship for quite some time. And sometimes when couples have been together for quite some time, they lose the substance. But the bottom line at the end of the day, both have to remain vulnerable. I don't think a relationship can grow if both are not vulnerable. And that's probably the scariest thing in most situations. Yeah. To put your heart on the table for anything or anything to come by and hurt it or smash it or push it to the side, it means a lot. But that's how much trusting you have to be. And that's why it's so hard once a person goes through the hurt to mend it back together, because you've given it your all and it's been abused or disrespected. So I love the fact that this song is definitely going to be relatable to some people. And it's also a wake-up call to some people, I think, because this will tell people that, you know, time is precious. We spoke about this, you know, time is precious. So we can't waste precious time if it's not going to progress and move forward. And we're not going to be able to move forward if two people are not willing to work at it.
That's right. That's right. You know, I don't know. I hope that when people, you know, hear it and listen to it, I hope that it sparks something, maybe to mend something, maybe to talk about it, but does something. You know, that's why I write in the first place. I love, like, you know, you hear a lot of, you can't do this if you do that. If you sing in the choir, you can't write, you know, secular. You can't, you know, I hear so much. So when I heard India Arie for the first time, oh, I loved her because she wrote things that were relatable, things that were inspirational thing. And of course I love Stevie Wonder and I like all these wonderful writers. I love Lettucey, but it was India Arie that I was like, oh, I'm going to keep writing. I'm going to keep doing this because, you know, sometimes they tell you don't fit in this box. Nobody wants to hear that. We want to party. I'm not trying to do that. But this is who I am. And Carl said there's a lane for everybody. So I'm just finding my lane.
So now that you've mentioned these artists, tell me if you had to pick one song that would have to be in the soundtrack of your life, what song would that be?
I'll Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
And if you've never heard her sing that song, you really need to trust and believe.
Look, you have done off-Broadway, and I can understand why. I mean, no, you should have been on Broadway. I don't know why you were off Broadway. Whoever wasn't paying attention, they should have had you on Broadway.
Timing is not my time.
Would you? Is that how you fell in love with being in front of audiences? I mean, aside from the church situation.
The church was the building was a play. So let's talk about the building. So my a lot of the things that I found out that I could do, my abilities was formed and found while I was in church. But take away the people, it was just a place, right? So wherever I go, it doesn't matter if it's church, doesn't matter if it's in Singapore, or if it doesn't matter if it's in Italy or if it's at the Smolewitz's wedding. I deal with all of it the same way. I sing from my heart. And wherever I am, I'm very fortunate, and that's what keeps me going, that people relate to it. So it doesn't matter. So that's why I do it. I do it because I feel that that's my purpose. When you pour into somebody else and they want to be better, or they're like, if she could do it, I could do it, then what else is there? Right? So if this, I don't know where this journey is going to lead me, but I will be singing for the rest of my life. I don't care where it is.
Yes.
Do you see this in your daughter so far? Does she have the music bug, whether singing or playing?
Well, you see, my daughter is extremely shy, and it's good that she's not here because I would get the stink eye right now because I can't talk about it. You know, she's, you know. So, but my daughter she's got perfect pitch. She's very musical, but she's extremely shy. She likes to be behind the scene. Her mind is crazy. Like she's from producing. Carl, right? Yeah, she's got that from Carl, the crazy mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the musicality, I guess, from being around. Because, you know, I used to bring the baby to the club in the stroller. Remember? Watch Carl. I was that chick.
In the womb, they pick it up.
Yeah.
You were always around
I
music
sang until
pregnant.
the week before I gave birth. Yeah, I went the night before I had Carly. I was at Carl's gig. The night before. Yeah, I regret that because I was tired. But, yeah, she goes to Arts High School right now. And so she's really, you know, coming into her own. But we'll see. I'm already in trouble now. I done said too much, but yeah, you could have got me in trouble. It was Lenny's fault.
Yes.
Yep. Blame me.
It's Uncle Lenny's fault.
So how about we hear the song so that you can pour into many other spirits?
Okay.
Tell them the name.
It's Now You're Gone. It's gonna be released on the 28th, but you're gonna listen to it right now.
What happened to the love we shared that got us through the years? The joy our souls felt when we made promises. Just how and when we got here, it's really hard to say. You distanced yourself from me, then you took your love away. Please tell me why you won't even try. And I love you, let it pass on by. Your heart's grown so cold, couldn't give to me. If you try, and all the tears I've cried, they don't answer why. Thinking how you promised me you would always stay. Now you're gone. I realize I put my value in you loving me. When looking back, my actions showed I loved you more than me. Admitting this now, it hurts like hell to say it's me who's gonna change. I'm taking time to love me, but inside deeply I'm wishing you would stay. Please tell me why you won't even try. And I love you, let it pass on by. Your heart's grown so cold, couldn't give to me. If you try, and all the tears I've cried, they don't answer why. Thinking how you promised me you would always stay. Now you're gone. I never thought loving me could be hard for you. Hard for you. You walk around like I'm not here. Ooh. So angry that you would throw away our years. There once was love in your eyes. I saw how you cared. You cared. You won't even try. Won't even try. I love you, let it pass on by. Your heart's grown so cold, couldn't give to me. Not if you try. And all the tears I've cried, they don't answer why. Thinking how you promised me you would always stay. Now you're gone, gone. You won't even try. I love you, let it pass on by. Your heart's grown so cold, couldn't give to me. Why can't you give to me, yeah? And all the tears I've
DaChonne. Y'all can y'all do better than that? Can y'all do better than that? Oh, thank you. There we go. It's a live audience in here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes,
and the video that's coming out on the 28th, Paxson right there, he did the video for me.
All right, Paxson.
All right.
He's awesome.
I
Brilliant
can't wait to
mind.
see that storyline.
Yeah.
And now you're going bye-bye. You know, maybe I'll be better off now without you. No, because sometimes people come into for a reason, season, lifetime, and obviously that wasn't for a lifetime.
Yeah.
And it's probably best. We don't understand why things happen or why things stop, but sometimes it's better to do that.
Right, and sometimes it's a growing process.
It
That
is.
person helps you grow and makes you better for the person that's supposed to come.
That's right.
Exactly.
The door opens. You know, we always take so much time looking at the closed door.
Yeah.
When we just need to look around and see the open door.
Yeah.
You know, God is going to lead you to those closed doors so that you can find the open one that's going to lead you to the right one.
Yeah.
You know, so don't spend a whole lot of time. You know, get gone. All right? Looking for that open door.
Right.
Now, where can they find it?
On all social media platforms.
As of Tuesday.
As of Tuesday.
Okay.
And give them your handles.
So it's Facebook, iTunes, DaChonne Nicole, .com, all of that stuff. dot.
Look, this has been a great moment for me, and I'm sure for Shaila as well. I mean, just again the growth. You know, Soul Cafe to here.
Yeah.
It means a lot. You know, and everything doesn't happen all at one time when it's supposed to. You said you started writing the song for Carly when she was 2.
Yeah,
and then
finished
the song,
it.
and then you put the song to the side.
Yeah.
Then you got inspired throughout this course and finished the song last year.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
And she's sweet 16 now.
16.
I know.
Oh my God.
You know,
Isn't that
it goes
crazy?
by so fast. But you know,
You're going to
it
get
is-
me in trouble, Shaila.
right.
Stop it.
But you know, this moment really has come full circle.
Yeah.
I think, like Lenny said, for both of us. Because, you know, what I hold dear to my heart about you and Carl is as much as you are loyal to each other, you're loyal to your friends. And you hold us down.
I love
You know,
you
that's
guys.
why when you picked up the phone, well, actually called it, because you know Carl is like,
Carl is
he'll call you 50 times. You won't answer the phone.
Don't say no to call.
Right. Oh, you think I wasn't going to call 51? Oh.
And, you know,
he's
and I'm the
soft with it,
opposite, too. I'm like, I don't want to bother you. I don't want to.
You're right. He's soft.
So when he said that this was happening, I was like, absolutely. You know, because you all have been loyal to us. There hasn't been a day that I have stepped on that Soul Cafe stage and didn't feel like he had our back 100%. I think you probably get a perfect attendance record too, because I don't think Carl was ever absent for 10 years.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Now Townsley was, but for just no. I want to he works with everybody all around the world, but that's why.
No, but let me tell you, it's a blessing to have friends, you know, like you, to even be called your friend. You inspire me like nobody loves as hard as you guys do. You are always supporting everyone, and I like you love. If nobody loves New York, you guys love New York. You rep every restaurant, every business, the women, the men. Like you have so much. You are always pouring out. So how could I not just to be next to you just so that can run over here? So yeah, I love my friends because I can say they're all different, but they all have the same heart. Yeah. It's so easy to love them. You know, I'm just grateful to have them. I'm grateful to have you guys.
You gotta make some noise for that. That should have touched your heart. For real. Her music is going to touch your heart. Please, this coming Tuesday, please make sure that you lock into it. Get that single, download it. Will all the music that we heard today be available for download?
The rest of the music is available already.
Okay, great.
Yeah, the Now You're Gone will be ready on Tuesday.
On Tuesday with the
purchase.
video.
With the video.
And the video will be on YouTube.
Tell us about the video a little bit. Can we hear?
It's honestly, okay. So I like to do things on my birthday that I've never done before. I don't care what it is. I just want to do it. And I've been doing that for many years. And so I said to Carl, you got to be careful when you just throw something to Carl. I said to Carl, it'd be cool if I've never done I've done videos for everybody else, right? But I've never done it for me. And then I changed my mind. I got nervous, right? I'm not ready. I want this to happen first. I want to look like this first. I need this to happen. So I was like, I'll wait. And Carl was like, no, because you've been talking too much during this pandemic. Like, you going to get it together. So he made some calls. And my friend over there, Paxton, called me. They were in cahoots. Like, he had a great idea. Right? And he was like, why don't you? And I was like, wow, I was just thinking that. And so we showed up. I didn't even have a treatment. And this man, with his graciousness, put something together for me. And right there, we did it on the spot right there so that I can have something that I'm proud to show. So, it was a labor of love. And I'm really grateful.
So we are going to get gone, but not before we once again tell you that you can find this on all social media platforms.
Yep.
DaChonne Nicole.
Yep.
On
Spotify.
Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, all around the world.
All of it.
Right, wherever you are in the world.
And make sure you increase those numbers on Spotify a lot. Because it really is. It's a great song, and I think that's what captivates. From a radio standpoint, I don't know what most people's ears in radio are like, but for me, it's like the first few measures, beats of a song. We know the song is going to be a good song. I know what the talent is, but the production. And I know who you have in this production.
Holding you down.
Yeah. It was going to be great. So, we expect great things. Please go out and support this amazing songstress. She's dynamic. And wait till she performs for you live.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you
love
so much. Thank you. DaChonne Nicole.
Fear in my chest real tight. I decided to let it go. Free to let go and let my spirit soar. I can't worry what people say. Just live my life full every day. Looking back, I'll be glad to know that nothing ever held me from reaching my goals. Dream, your dream, your dream. What it means to believe when no one else believes. What you'll see, you turn out to be. I've got a fire inside of me, and I'ma be who I was made to be. You're saying things that'll bring me down. I gotta let you know I don't need you around. I gotta keep my mind just right. Keep my friends who believe nearby. But even if I gotta stand alone, nothing will keep me from reaching my goal. Dream, your dream, your dream. What it means to believe when no one else believes. Dream, your dream, dream your dream. Can't conceive what you see or who you turn out to be. You just got to believe. No, don't give up. Cause in your gift you gotta trust. More than just a dream. The work, it gets hard. Keep pushing on.